Hello, AB Psych, and welcome to section 2 of chapter 7 on cognition, thinking, and intelligence. We're looking at reasoning rationally. So, we're going to be robots today. It does not compute, does compute today. So, reasoning is a purposeful mental activity when you go through and you try to come to the best solution or a possible answer or a decision. We all have techniques that we can use to reason rationally. Formal reasoning, you can use algorithms or logic. Algorithms are where there's a single best answer. This is kind of like taking math or science class where you can do a formula and get the answer. Not like, literature class where we kind of can, make some strong guesses on what the author meant, or we can talk about history. Is this a good president or a bad president, etc. Algorithms are a set of procedures guaranteed to produce a solution even if you don't know how it works. That's all of our search engines. Google, Bing, if that's still around, Yahoo, all that fun stuff. You type it in and it gives you the single best solution. And we're not sure it's just some complicated math formula. That's why they make billions of dollars and we don't. Some other examples, long division or following a recipe or kind of examples of algorithms you can follow a step-by-step process. I'm talking about old school long division, not that new mess they're teaching in elementary schools and middle schools. I have no idea what you guys are doing. Formal reasoning, we have deductive reasoning, which is a conclusion necessarily follows from a set of observations or premises. So I observe, A and B. I can see that this happened with situation A and B. So then, therefore, I can say the statement. For instance, all humans are mortal. That's statement A. I'm human. Statement B. Therefore, I am mortal. You're not Thor. Sorry. Multiple choice tests. This is a good way to do that. I can go, you know what? I know that C, that's a joke. We're going to eliminate that one. A is kind of out there. And so B and D, those are pretty close. And I can come to a solution based on deductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is a prediction probably follows from a certain propositions or premises. So for instance, Mr. Harvey was grouchy after the last 2 games. So he'll be grouchy tomorrow night because there's a game tonight. So you're predicting, you're basically inducing, going, hey, you know what? Like they had a game the other day and he was in a bad mood. And they had a game that day and he was in a bad mood. They have a game tonight. Oh man, he's gonna be in a bad mood. Oh. One time, remember the solar eclipse? My wife had a coworker who they were watching the solar eclipse, like through the lens thing, and then she said, oh, my stomach hurts. That eclipse is messing up my stomach. Not the Doritos and Taco Bell that she ate for lunch, but that's inductive reasoning right there. Fill in the blank test is a kind of an example of inductive reasoning. So informal reasoning or heuristics or dialectic thinking when there's no clear solution that's correct. Like what college you should go to, what kind of job you should do. Was Ronald Reagan a good president? We're getting into literature, we're getting into the humanities here in history. Heuristic is a rule of thumb, and we really got to stop saying rule of thumb. In English times, you were allowed to beat your wife and kids with anything skinnier than your thumb. So we need to get rid of that saying, maybe. Here's a guideline that we can use. This suggests a course of action without guaranteeing an optimal solution. So if your girlfriend or boyfriend's upset, buy them candy, right? That's a heuristic. That's a guideline to follow that doesn't always work, but it might. Another one is if you're playing tic-tac-toe, go for the corners. I don't know. Dialectic reasoning is comparing and evaluating opposing points of view, doing a pros and cons list. So you weigh the pros and cons. If I go to this college, it's sunny and warm, and it's going to be really expensive. If I go to this college, it's going to be cold, but it's, a lot more affordable, and I know more people, and so that's weighing the pros and cons, the good and bad of everything. That's called dialectic reasoning. Juries are supposed to do this. Sorry. Now, reflective judgment, Karen Kitchener and Patricia King came up with this. They said there's 7 cognitive stages to reach what's called reflective judgment. We have pre-reflective stages where correct answers are only obtained through your senses. For instance, the sun moves. The sun goes around the earth because that's what I can see. That's what children would think because that's what they see, that's what they sense. Quasi-reflective stages, there's 3 of those. Judgment should be supported by reasons, but they pay attention to evidence they already believe. Like, hey, I don't want to get in trouble here. Back to the sun thing. I can see it move, the moon moves, And then, I can prove through math that it's moving and all that good stuff. But I'm going to look at what I want. We call these in modern times echo chambers, or, getting social psychology here, the validity effect. If you hear things repeated, you believe it to be true, even if it's not. Reflective judgment, there's two stages of that. Some things will be known for certain. When you graduate high school, you know everything. And you think you know everything, and you're going off to college. And then you graduate college and you realize, I don't know anything. I don't know squat. These professors, they know a lot, and they don't even know everything. And so you kind of get to the point where you go, you know what? We don't know. We can't be certain on everything. That could be this or could be that. Some judgments are more valid. Well, you look at evidence from a variety of sources, which is hard to do, especially with the media now. Many people abandon ignorant certainty. I know it. I tell you what, I feel it in my bones for intelligent confusion. I know we can't be sure, but we'll make our best guess. So that's all I got for today. Next time, we're going to talk about barriers to reasoning rationally. So irrational thought. A lot of fun. Thank you.